Alrighty. I think we're good. I think everything's going. What's up, everybody? Merry Christmas Eve. I'll even, well, I guess I can't do that. I was gonna show you guys the puppy, but he's over there, and I can't pick him up right now because I had a surgery recently. All right. Also, let's see if I can get this roughly in the right place. Yeah. Okay. I know what you're thinking. I should have set this up beforehand, and you're not wrong. You're not wrong. That should have already been set up before I started, but what can you do? Well, what can you do? You can't do anything about it. I mean, I guess really it's only something I can do to fix. But anyways, let's talk about the build a little bit. We've got a 12700K from Intel. Nice 10-core processor, I believe. No, 12-core processor. I was wrong. 12-core processor. Got the Noctua NHU12S to keep that thing nice and cool. This Asus ProArt Creator Wi-Fi B760 motherboard. Really solid motherboard. This is a workstation PC, so this is actually an Nvidia T1000. Really solid workstation GPU. It's going to be great for like the CAD modeling, 3D modeling, and I think some other 3D like rendering related stuff that the customer is going to do with this build. So that'll be great. 750 watt power supply, super overkill for what is going in it, but kind of gives him plenty of options down the road to do literally whatever he wants. We got 64 gigabytes of RAM over here from Oloy. That's DDR5 CL32 6400. It's going to be great. And then for our boot drive, we've got this Crucial P3 1 terabyte. And for our secondary drives, we've got dual 4 terabyte MP34s from TeamGroup. Puts you at a total of 9 terabytes of data in this thing. He's not running out of storage anytime soon. But yeah, let's get into the backstory of why we're building this thing. So the customer reached out to me and said, hey, I have been speccing out this build on Dell, and you know, here's what's in it, and here's like the price that I was like the price that Dell quoted him. And he was like, I just wanted to see if maybe you could beat that and, you know, build me something better. So that's exactly what we did. I mean, rather than a 12th gen Intel, he was looking at a 10th gen Intel. You can only guess at what sort of CPU cooler they were going to be using, likely something really cheap, maybe even like the stock Intel one, because if they're not telling you what's in it, it's likely that it's not going to be very good. He did have spec'd this same GPU, which was good. No idea what motherboard it came with. It was something like some sort of server or non-consumer sort of card, because they spec'd 8 gigabytes times 8 sticks of DDR4 RAM in the build that he had. So not only was it much slower, but it was also like 8-channel RAM, which realistically a Intel i9 from the 10th gen would not be able to really utilize that properly. So another strike against Dell there. They were going to include like a 500 meg SSD, and then for like several $100s they wanted to do an 8 terabyte hard drive. Like it was like $400 or $500 they were charging for an 8 terabyte like physical spinning disk hard drive, whereas the two of these 4 terabyte drives together is only like $350. So 10 times faster, more durable, and just better in every way, and it was still cheaper. Obviously, we went with a nice high-quality power supply from Seasonic, and then we have a bequiet Pure Base 500DX case, which is really nice. It's got the open window, so you can see inside of it. It's got some really minimal RGB, and it's got like really good quiet fans, and it even comes with like some padding on the opposite side panel of the glass. So it's a pretty great little case. I know Dell is a joke. It's terrible. So I was pretty happy to get this sale so that we could show off building something other than just like a gaming PC, because I can build PCs, period. Doesn't need to be gaming or streaming. You can build anything. How we doing, Richard? Uncle Bud, Merry Christmas Eve. Hey, Merry Christmas Eve, everybody, for hanging out. Yeah, that's the story of how we got here. Basically, just made every single piece besides the GPU that he really wanted better than what Dell quoted him, and then saved him like $800 on it, and then pointed him to like mouse and keyboard and better monitors than what they were going to give him. He had spec'd out some monitors, and they were like 27-inch monitors, which like, okay, I was like, okay, yeah. And I started looking to the specs, and I was like, oh, these are 1080p monitors? Like, no. We're not gonna let you spend $400 on two 1080p monitors. Like, that's just not gonna happen. So I found him some nice 1440p monitors for him to order too. What up, Wiki? Merry Christmas Eve. Working on Christmas Eve. How'd you get the wife to sign off on that? Well, I'm off work, like my day job, from Thursday afternoon until the beginning of next year. So we've been kind of just home doing stuff, whatever. And I don't know. We hung out with all of her side of the family, like most of the day yesterday. And then they're going back over to her grandma's house with a couple of people to like have dinner there. And I was like, can I just like not be around people tonight? Because we're going to be around people tomorrow as well, and probably throughout the week and all sorts of stuff. So I was like, I just needed some time. Needed some time to myself. And I didn't really want to wear real pants. I'm wearing shorts. So, yeah. But yeah, I'm finally feeling better and like good enough to build this computer, I think. So, yeah, should be fun. Should we get started? What do you guys think? Should we start building? Let me grab my water. I do have the puppy with me here too today. Since there's nobody else ever around on the weekends, I figured I might as well bring him along so he doesn't have to hang out at the house by himself. Yeah, Richard knows. I just gotta be away from, just need to get away from people occasionally. Okay, let's get started. Get this power supply and the GPU out of the way. Then we can really get started. Oops. These RAM sticks, they're technically new, but we were going to use them in a different build. That blackout build that we did with the Height Y70 case, we were going to use 4 sticks of this 32 gigabytes of RAM, but we weren't really able to XMP them and stuff properly with 128 gigs of RAM, and so the customer for that one decided to change gears. So I had these sitting around basically unused, just used for like 20 minutes or so. So I thankfully was able to use them in this build. I've got one other set of those laying around. I'll have to figure out what I'm gonna do with those too. Glad you're feeling better. Hey, thanks, Uncle Bud. How's everybody doing today? Hope everyone's having a Merry Christmas weekend so far. Anyone have big plans or travel plans or anything like that in the next couple days? I love the look of these Asus ProArt components. Like, not just the motherboards too. Like, they have GPUs out, they have the motherboards. It'd be cool if they came out with a ProArt case. I would do a full-on ProArt build. They look good. They're like very, very minimal RGB, like just super clean lines. You still have to work in the morning? Richard, you realize tomorrow, I'm just gonna make sure you know this. Richard, tomorrow is Christmas. Working, so lurking on the phone with earbuds. Just got work for the next couple days. Dang. Hopefully y'all are making overtime and stuff, having to work on Christmas. I really do. That's one thing, like, you know, I work very white collar sort of job and stuff, and so I don't ever have to deal with that. But one thing that I know from most of the people that are having to work on Christmas is like, hopefully they're at least bringing in some serious cash those days. Price of working in the aviation industry. I guess that makes sense. You lost your gas cap? Nice, nice. Mine would be splashing all over the place if I lost my gas cap. My truck, I actually can't park it in the normal way that I park in my driveway because there's like the gas cap is not the original one and it kind of leaks if if like gas is able to like splash over the top, so it's not great. Oops. Got the shine going tonight, I see. Yeah, this is like pretty much all I have left of my water. I need to go get more water in the water jugs. They're all empty. All right, is that all the peels? Is that all the peels? Sorry, it was kind of unceremonious. I didn't really build up to them at all, but it's okay. Hopefully you guys can forgive me. Got to feed your cows in the morning. Hopefully everything goes smooth. You'll be done early. How many cows do you have? Is it like is this like dairy cows or like steers and stuff for food, or do you raise them to sell off calves? What do you do with your cowsies? All right, Intel i7 12700K going in. This is just a great little, I mean, honestly, at this point, this is like a budget CPU. I mean, these are under 250 bucks, I think it's like 250 bucks. Maybe a tiny bit more for these now. Especially if you're just using them as like a workstation stuff rather than gaming. They're an incredible value for the performance. I use one in my streaming PC. My old gaming PC had one. I know some people who are still using them. Like Mr. Behringer uses one of these with now. He has his paired with like a 4070 or 4070 Ti, and he games and streams from that CPU and gets like 150, 160 FPS in Warzone. 240 milking cows and 240 young stock. You'll have to, what's young stock? Is that just like cows that aren't old enough to be milking cows yet? You have robotic millers, so we just have to do the basic chores, nothing extra on the docket. Hey, that's pretty nice. Okay, CPU installed. Let's get our first SSD installed here. Oh, I don't need that, I do need this. Young heifers and steers, got it. That's cool. I wouldn't mind, I mean, I wouldn't want that many cows like to run a farm like that, but you know, sometimes I wouldn't mind running a small farm. Like not something to try and sell a bunch of stuff, but just like enough to, you know, provide stuff for ourselves. It'd be pretty cool. All right, Crucial P3, 1 terabyte. It's our boot drive. It's installed, done. Okay, let's get the whatever thermal thingy on there. Heat sink, that's the word I was looking for. Okay, this went this way. You enjoy raising beef and crops, the dairy cows you could live without. Interesting. Why do you prefer like the steers and stuff over the dairy cows? You want to get a T700. What's a T700? You're talking about the GPU? Okay. 1 terabyte installed. We still have 8 more to go. Oh, you're talking about the Crucial T700. That's what you're talking about. Yes, that is a great SSD. Honestly, as far as I can tell, unless a new one has released, that's the fastest one. That's the fastest commercially available, or commercially available. Consumer available Gen 5 SSD I've seen on the market still. And it was the first one to release. You want a T1000 to go after mine enemies? Is that the name of like a tank or something? Just 1 terabyte, I think is all I would want / could afford. Yeah, the 1 terabyte is like almost 200 bucks. Liquid metal. Oh, is that the name of the thing from, oh, weird, there's like a tiny little capacitor or something right on the end of those, but it's like right where you would put your finger. I don't like that. All right, so there's another 4 terabytes installed. Is that the Terminator? I didn't remember that. It's been a long time since I've watched Terminator. I was talking about SSDs. Hatfield over here is talking about Terminator. And defeating his enemies, so I guess we're talking about both things. Yeah, when he said liquid metal, I was like, that's got to be a Terminator reference. All right, we are officially up to 9 terabytes of storage. Crazy. Crazy. Arnie was the T800. Oh, see? Shows you how much I know. It's been a long, like seriously a long time since I've watched any of the Terminator movies. Come on, wasn't that where I wanted you to go? There we go. He had detailed files. I totally put that upside down, didn't I? Shoot. Well, the way the thermal pad was on there, it doesn't make sense for it to go the other way, but oh well. You lost track of the models of Terminators after T2? Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know them at all. I probably haven't even seen all the Terminators at this point. All right, there we go. Boom, now it's fully installed. Okay, now we can get this guy out here. This is the Noctua NHU12S. The baller CPU cooler. Definitely overkill for this CPU, but we're kind of pushing for super good quality. Overkill in the places that kind of make sense, like where it's not, you know, costing a bunch of extra money, and the ability to upgrade over time, which if he wants to upgrade over time, he certainly can with these components. He's the one played by the bad guy. All right. LGA 1700. All right, I'm gonna have to look at this again. It's been a minute since I've used one of these from Noctua, and I don't remember the mounting stuff super well for it. LGA 1700 should use that position too. Okay. And the blue ones. Okay. All right, so this guy. Yo, what's up, Soul Reaper? How we doing? Merry Christmas Eve from Tennessee. Merry Christmas Eve back from Idaho. All the robots in every film were some version of Terminator. Okay, it says it wants position 2. So that goes like that. And this guy goes like a dish to hold it in place. Binge watched the Netflix show Obliterated today. Not a bad show. Is that part of like the whole Terminator world or whatever you want to call it, universe? Oh, it's not at all. Okay. Not at all. Come on. There we go. Okay. Got that. It's gonna stick through here like a this. Supposedly. Like that. Boom. Okay. And then we need these guys. Then we gotta put these guys on here. Like that. Don't need that yet. Butcher Block, what's up? Merry freaking Christmas Eve. All right, got those on there. Oh yeah, I think I'm supposed to put these blue things on there first. It's like something that doesn't feel right. There we go, because we needed our standoffs, guys. Come on. What are you even doing back there? Never know what she's doing back there. Okay, that's better. That's better. Okay. Got those on. Then we can tighten those down. Noob. I know. This is what happens when I take like 5 days off, you know? That's what happens. All of a sudden, I don't know what I'm doing anymore. And all the kids on TikTok are gonna yell at me. Is this one liquid cooling? No, this is air cooled. I mean, it's liquid cooled in the sense that these little pipes in here technically have some liquid in them. But other than that, no, it's air cooled. Okay. Got that on there. Now, let's get a little paper towel here. Usually you don't want to use that first little bit that comes out of your paste, just in case it's kind of watery. Yeah, it's a really good CPU cooler. More than powerful enough for the CPU that we're putting in here. And just for you guys, we're gonna go a little old school there. Not even gonna pre-spread it. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about that, chat? How are we feeling about that? Oh, I do need to take this fan off though. Been watching football all day mostly. You've been watching football all day mostly. Sounds like a pretty good day, in my opinion. Okay. All right, that looks better. There's like little bits of dust and stuff on there. Can't have that. My Lions won their division for the first time in 30 years. Dang. Haven't the Lions been to the Super Bowl since then? Hi, babe. You're watching a stream at your grandmother's house? Gasp. Okay. Got that on that side and on that side now. All right, CPU fan. Get that on there. Boom. Done. Not since the 1950s. Oh, really? Shows you how much I know about. I mean, I know how to play football and I know about like football in general, but I don't really. I only really follow it closely enough to make sure that my the fantasy team that I did this year isn't like a complete joke. All right, now we can throw that stuff in here too. Okay, CPU cooler is installed. Now we can get our 64 gigabytes of Oloy RAM in. Why is there always something randomly in one of those little slots? You live in Michigan. Who are the Lions you were speaking of? Like a million years ago, baby? Oh, did you mean the Detroit Lambs? I don't do the fantasy thing, but I enjoy watching mostly, so I don't have to watch kids' cartoons all day. That's fair. Kids' cartoons are really lame, not gonna lie. Okay, so got everything on here. Got our 9 terabytes of storage, our 64 gigs of RAM, 12700K, and our CPU cooler all installed. Let's. I'm just gonna shift this over here for a hot sec, and then we'll get our case up here. Merry Christmas, engineers. What is up, Mr. Navy 141? How you doing? Uncle Bud says he's also a Michigander. We'll take a gander at this. This is the case. We originally had pitched a more workstation version of this case that doesn't have any RGB, doesn't have a glass panel or anything like that. But he wanted to have just a little bit. He wanted a little bit of RGB and stuff, and to be able to see inside the case. So we ended up going with this guy instead. But it's a great case. This is the same case that we used to have our signature build on the website in, because it was incredible. So it comes with 3 fans pre-installed here. You can see there's a 140 millimeter fan up front, 1 on the back and 1 on the top. Once we throw this Noctua CPU cooler in there, we shouldn't have any problems. It's not a very big GPU because it's just a little workstation card. So in terms of cooling capacity, we're gonna be fine. He's up in the thumb, because that's Michigan, right? Something like that. It's always so weird to me. I worked with a lot of people who were from Michigan, working for Daimler. Anything automotive related, you're always going to end up working with a lot of folks from Michigan. And yeah, it's always funny that they like, here's Michigan. It's going to be the best looking workstation PC? Seriously. This thing's sick. All right, let's switch back to this. Soul Reaper's from West Michigan. All right. I'm going to slide this in here. It's a little tight. It's a little tight. Oh, hold on. Those cables kind of in the way there. That's better. Although, this might not be quite long enough if we don't undo those things, so let's just do that right now. Yeah, dude, this is going to be a great looking workstation. You have an easy reference. Yeah, I just remember the first time someone did that and I was like, is this like common knowledge that Michigan is shaped like that? So weird. Just like, what are you He's like, I'm right here. I grew up here. I was like, what are you talking about, bro? It's like, why are you showing me your hand? Apparently that's what people from Michigan do. They show you their hands. All right, now that those are out of the way, we can get this guy in here. Just kind of slide it down in there. You gonna let me in there? Yeah. There we go. Okay. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Butcher Blacker from Ohio. I'm originally from Oregon, but I live in Idaho now. All right. One thing, I feel like I remember this case using not the normal screws to hold down the motherboard. Let me just double check real quick. Yes. 6x32 screws. So I want these ones in the middle, naturally. Okay, there we go. Let's get this motherboard tied down. A little tight. I think we're just gonna get that one all the way tightened down off the rip because we've only got one more. And this last one, I'm just gonna do this. It's all the way down there. That one is tightened down, which means they're all in there. So now we can just go back through, make sure they're all nice and tight. There we go. Okay. Motherboard fully installed there. Let's get these fans plugged in before we forget about them. Okay, that one's kind of short. I kind of want to use it there. There's just not a good path to get there. What if I use this CPU optional spot for this one? Oh, come on. You don't have to be such a pain. There's just not a lot of space up there. This top fan's being real annoying. There we go. I think I got it that time. Okay, got that one in. Now I'm going to use the one next to it as well. It's going to make putting in that CPU power cable real fun too. All right. So we're using that AIO pump header and the optional fan header. There's just not a lot of room with that fan right above this, is there? There we go, I think I got it that time. There we go, okay. All right, top fan and rear fan are plugged in. I think it's time to scoot this over and get out you know who. It's time for Lazy Susan. Lazy Susan! Cool. There we go. Okay. HD audio. Let's get that one installed first. For no other reason than tradition. Boom. Then we've got, let's do our USB 3, which I think is right there. Oh, it's right there. Oh, come on. Don't love that. I can take this panel off. I'm gonna take this little panel off for a second, just so I have easier access to that. And then I'll put it back on when I'm done installing this thing. Just like that. And do same sort of thing with the USB 3.2. AKA our USB-C header. Go. And then we've got all of our front panel cables. So let's bring those in. What do we've got? We've just got power switch and power LEDs. Easy. Easy. So those just go top left, and then the next two on top as well. Done. Okay, that's installed, and then we've got this RGB cable. This is going to control RGB for the case, which is just this RGB piece up front, and then I thought I remember there being like a little RGB strip on the interior somewhere too, but yeah, essentially it's for the front. So got that in there, and then now we just have to deal with this front fan, which is in here. I don't know if we have another like system header along the side or anything like that. All right, let's see what other sort of headers we got around here. Nothing there. We do have this one down here. Can probably reach it if we go a different path with this cable though. Yeah, that'll work. Just like that. Actually, we can bring it through the side here. Just like this. Okay. So this guy is just gonna run along down there like that. Okay. Okay, everything that's in here now so far is plugged in with the exception of the SATA power cable, which I can't plug in yet anyways because, yeah, we don't have the power supply in. But it's okay. Hold on. Can I get this thing back on here? Seems like that might be a no. Thought I could make that work. Don't know why I thought I could make it work, but I thought I could. Okay. Oh, and we're gonna put this on here anyways. Okay. Maybe I can plug this USB 3 cable in this way? I don't know. Ooh, it's such a horrible sound. Sound of pins trying to bend. Okay, if I line it up just right, I might be able to do this. Seems like it's lined up correctly. Oh, yeah, it is, it is. Okay, hold on. Don't have good leverage on it. It's almost in there. What, Richard? Yo, Ray, what's up? Hopefully you're ready for the holiday. Oh, I'm ready, baby. I'm ready. Actually, I still need to wrap a couple of presents for my wife, but other than that, I'm pretty ready. Okay, I don't like how this looks going down below there, so we're gonna change that up. I'm gonna go up, above, that, that. That looks pretty good, huh? Yo, what's up, Trap? How we doing? Happy freaking holidays. I wanted to say Kwanzaa. That's not right. Wow, why is my brain not working today, you guys? Nope, it's gone. There's just nothing there. My brain's not working. Cowgirls have found more ways to lose. Oh. Happy Hanukkah, Trap. Jeez, man. Why is my brain so bad? My brain ain't working so far. That's the word I wanted. Don't know why it took me a full minute to think of the word, but at least I figured it out. Who are they playing today, Richard? That was 2 weeks ago? Well, you know, it's still the same season, you know? Still the holiday season. You celebrate Christmas with the fam? Oh, gotcha. The fish. The mammals, actually. Oh, they're playing the dolphins. Look at me, Hatfield. Look at me go. Trappy's still locked out? I think he is. All right, we only need one SATA cable. So if one of these has fewer things on it, I think we'll use this one. And then I'm gonna pull out this GPU. I don't know if it even needs, a external power to it. There we go. Look at how cute it is. It's so tiny. It certainly does not need its own power. Okay. The fins from Miami. All right. That's kind of nice. It comes with 4 adapters to go from, I don't even know what that port is. Oh, no, that's mini HDMI. So 4 adapters to go from like mini HDMI to standard HDMI. That's great. I am gonna have to put this on because this is the standard size ATX connection for the case. Look how little it is. It's so cute. So this was the GPU specifically requested by the customer. Yeah, it's a great little one. We actually, well, I guess technically we went with an upgraded version. This is the 8 GB VRAM version. There's also a 4 GB VRAM version that was originally spec'd, and I was like, hey, there's this better one that we could go with, and it's still going to be cheaper than what Dell quoted you, so we did. Hope we have a great time with the fam. Yes, hope so too. Is that not going to fit back in there? Keep doing it. Come on. Come on. What are you talking about? There we go. That's good. Trap, what are you up to today, man? Alright. So now that we know, we don't need that, we don't need that. Oh, actually, we're going to use that one instead of that one. CPU power, motherboard power, and then we shouldn't need anything else. Cool. Cool. So let's get our CPU power cable installed real quick. Not much, man. Chilling today. Gonna go for brunch with the fan and spend some time with him. Ooh, that sounds nice. You guys going out somewhere for brunch, or are you just doing it at their place? Nothing today for me. The rest of the day, and then tomorrow, I think we're doing like a little thing at our place with like just the three of us, and then going to hang out with some friends at their house. They have a bunch of their family in town that we're also close with, so we'll be hanging out with them for like the afternoon. Okay, CPU power installed. All right, let's get our SATA power and our motherboard power into the power supply, and then we can get that thing in there. So SATA power, boom. You saved him closer to 1100. Was it that much? See, I even undersold it, you guys. That's the customer, if you're curious. He's over here on YouTube. If you have questions for him, I don't know why you would, but if you have questions for him, you can ask him. Basically, I'm just saying you should go to YouTube for a little bit. I'm trying to get monetized over there. We're already like, we are over halfway through this build, that's for sure. Get that sticker off. We're gonna get this sticker off. Charlie, what's up, man? Merry Christmas Eve to you as well. Hope you're doing good. Is that really $1,100 difference? That's crazy. That's when you know freaking Dell's trying to rip you off. Okay. So, at least I did remember this time you have to do this. It's a little funky. Gotta stick this guy through here. Technically, I could probably pre-install this bracket to the power supply, but what's the fun in that? You know? Doing well? Good. Good to hear that. I'm doing pretty good, man. Okay, got that installed now. Just gonna get these little bolts out. You need this shirt? Oh yeah. This is from one of Julia's and my like favorite comedians to watch. His name is Dustin Nickerson. We went and got it at, I think we bought it at his show, when we were at his show. He and Taylor Tomlinson were like tour together a lot. And I think we bought it at the merch stand at his show, because he's super cool, dude. Very funny, very like average looking white dude with kids. And one of his funny jokes is that, like one of the really good jokes that he has is how, you know, you should be proud of having a dad bod because, you know, a dad bod is like proof that you're a good dad because you don't have time to, you know, you don't have time to like work, hang out with your kids, and be in shape. It's basically like his argument. So, you know, if you're got a dad bod, then it means, you know, you're not wasting time working out when you could be hanging out with your kids. Okay, set that down there. Okay, so we gotta take these two little screws off. I'm gonna hold this a little. Okay, there we go. Trying to hold this in a way that doesn't, I'm touching as few things as possible on the GPU, but can only avoid so much. Come on out. Here we go. Okay. So we gotta take this one out. We're gonna put this one in. so that we can fit it into our full-size case. Because that one is not for a full-size case. That one's for a little baby case. Round is a shape, so I'm in shape. Exactly. Just not, you know, capable of lifting a car or running a bunch of miles at once. You know? Okay. All right. That is reasonably tight. This side is also reasonably tight. Let's just check this side one more time. Okay, that feels pretty good. All right, baby GPU going in. I haven't held a single slot card in a long time. Okay, so we're gonna pull this guy loose. And we're gonna undo one of these. Hot take, you can still work out and spend time with your kids. I know you can. I know you can. It's just a funny joke. Okay, Richard? Makes some of us feel better about ourselves. All right? I will say it is very hard to work full-time job, hang out with your kids, and run a business. I will say that. Is it supposed to go on the outside? Kind of feels like it is, but I don't think it is. Come on. Guess it must, because it does not seem to want to fit that way. Like I said, it's been a minute since I built in this case, and it's showing at the moment. I think this just needs to get bent out a little bit. Just a little bit. No? Does that maybe need to get bent in then from where it was? Because that, there we go. That's working. There we go. There we go. Okay, that clasp is closed. We're in. Cool. That is in. Let's stick this guy back on there. Okay. GPU installed. I forgot to plug in the CPU power before I put it in there, but thankfully, since there's basically no cables in our power supply, I can do it like that. Okay. Now, we have two things left to connect back here, and then all we gotta do is manage DEM cables. Okay, so got that. This is our SATA power. It's one of two things. Second thing here is our motherboard power, which needs to somehow fit through that tiny slot. My friend Josh has 2 kids with one on the way. He runs a business as worship pastor and runs the church tech. Jeez, that's a lot of things. I do some of those things. I have one child, work full-time, run a business, and I also run tech stuff at church. Not every week, but, you know, sometimes. Okay, that is in there. We should not need this extra 6-pin. We're not going to be pulling it. Realistically, we're really not going to be pulling enough power to need that. So I think we're good there. Okay. Fans all spinning free. Cool, cool, cool. All right, let's do some cable management and then we're done. I think we could run all of them that direction this time. Normally there's not enough space to do that, but I think on this one we can. Richard's over here, super dad, being like, oh yeah, I can work out and I work all the time and I spend time with my kids and I like make all the food and shut up, Richard. We're not all perfect. So you are both in the same boat. Yeah, exactly. Josh and I are in the same boat. It's an interesting boat to be a part of. Oops. Did not mean to do that. Okay. There's that. Okay, got those in there. I think this guy is too short for this. So let's use a fancy one. Yes, it's orange. I bought a variety pack of these on Amazon and they come in different colors, so, you know, whatever. Nobody's ever gonna see it, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, there we go. Do I have any cable tie spots along the side there? Not really. I think we could just go across there. It's a beautiful Christmas present. Yes, sir. Sure is. All right, let's tie that one down into here as well. Okay, got all that in there. I think we'll just put a little zip tie on that just to keep it kind of tight. Just like that. And then I can maybe reuse this last cable tie down here somewhere. Might not be big enough. It's pretty small. There we go. That looks pretty good. Hey, that looks pretty good. Just leave that little slack there. Don't know what that is, but it doesn't really have anywhere else it can go, so it's fine. I usually take my kids on your photography hikes. Teaching your 4 and your 7-year-olds photography? Oh, that's fun. Someday I'll be able to start teaching Avery about building computers. She doesn't quite have the attention span for it right now, but I think she'll enjoy it someday. All right, there you go. What do we think, chat? How's that cable management look back there? We cool with that? We okay with that? Oops. Feeling all right with that? What do we think? What do we think? Not bad for you? Wow. Banned. I think that's pretty darn slick, if you ask me. I mean, look at that. It's amazing. It's wonderful. And, you know, we only used a couple of zip ties, just a couple up here and one down here. I mean, come on. That makes it so easy. Like, if he ever needs to pull it apart, it's pretty much all just cable ties with just a handful of zip ties here and there. Lots of good space in here if he wants to add in a bigger GPU down the road, something more powerful that requires like an 8-pin. He's got room for that. He'll have the cables to do that. Yeah, I mean, there's not much else to say about it. It's just a nice, clean looking little build, right? Right back at you, Charlie. I love backhanded compliments. All right, well, guess what? You're never gonna see it again. Because look at this. Boom. It's like it doesn't even matter. Because it's hidden. I'm gonna throw this guy on top. Boom. All right. Who's ready to see this thing turned on? It's an awesome little workstation build. It's not gonna be super exciting to see it turn on probably because it's pretty minimal on the RGB front, but we can't break from tradition, you know? Can't do that. All right, you know what I need? I need to see some fire emojis in the chat. Otherwise, we can't turn this thing on. I won't do it. Without fire emojis, I will not do it. I mean, I'll also, you know, dim the lights and other stuff to make it more fun, but. Get a little bit of that. Just turn down nice and low. Very moody. Some very moody lighting. And we're getting a little closer too. There we go, there we go. Hatfield coming in with all those fire doggos. Same with Charlie. All right, can we get one person on the YouTube side? One person on the YouTube side throw up a little fire emoji for us? Come on, YouTube. I know you're there. I know you're there. I can see you. We just want one person to throw up a fire emoji on YouTube, and then I can turn this baby on. You can do it. You can do it. I believe in you. Let's just hope you don't show us any fire. Yeah, that would be bad. That would be bad for sure. You can do it. I believe in you. There it is. Hatfield. I'll allow it. I'll allow it. Where's this power button at? Right here? All right, we ready? Here it is. Workstation build, 12700K, 64 gigs of RAM, and then Nvidia T1000. First, power on. It's even orange already. I know he wanted some like orange/gold stuff for the PC. He's got, you know, there's like gold highlights on the motherboard, and then the software or the RGB for the case comes preset to orange. So, you know, what more could you ask for? What more could you ask for? Let's be honest. PC porn. That's right. Hey, Richard coming in with the fire emoji way too late. Disappointed. Hey, DCG201 live coming in with a follow on the kick side. Appreciate that. How you doing today? Wow, Richard coming in on both streams to try and make up for being so late on the fire emojis. Put your youngest to sleep. Likely story. What do we think of that, chat? I think it's a pretty good looking little build. Got some solid specs. It's gonna be able to, you know, he's gonna be using this for a lot of like CAD and 3D modeling related stuff. Should be more than capable of doing all that. Yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful little computer. It's weird seeing a GPU that's not stupid thick. I know, right? Isn't it weird? We're so used to seeing these giant gaming GPUs that when we start looking at ones like this that are for workstations and stuff, it's a little disorienting. What do we think? Should we play some video games for a bit? Should we play some video games? This GPU's on a diet. It sure is. You're doing the zombages, trying to finish up the first 3 weeks challenges. Moving all my stuff over to there. Okay. All right. I'm gonna get all my stuff set up over here so we can play some games for a little bit. Sorry, puppy. There you go. You're okay. Poor little guy. He's like, how dare you disturb my rest? Made him get up and walk 3, 4, maybe even 5 whole feet. How dare I? How dare I be so cruel? Never mind, he seems like he's over it. All right, I need to move this camera over here. And then we'll be ready to go. All right, if you were hanging out on YouTube right now, we are going to be ending the stream over there now that we have completed the PC build. And then we're gonna move over. We're gonna move everything over to just on Kick for the video game portion. Trying to keep YouTube very focused on the PC related content for algorithm purposes. So if you're hanging out on YouTube, I appreciate you hanging out over there. If you're not gonna stick around, we'll see you later. But I would love it if you came on over to Kick to hang out and watch some games. What are they working on? They're doing like 3D modeling, CAD modeling, some 3D printing, stuff like that. I hate that they don't have a way to see the list of them. I need 300 kills with a Pack-a-Punch Rifle 9. Thought I had it, so I didn't kill many zombies. Exfilled left with 295. Oh, jeez. Okay, let's see here. But yeah, Girl Dad, that's kind of what they're looking to do. I mean, it's definitely not in the same realm as throwing down the money for a Threadripper. But if you want a Threadripper build, we can do it. There is no PC too expensive, too powerful, too incredible for me, you know? Are you just looking for the CPU, or are you trying to get the whole thing? I'm sure I can get my hands on a Threadripper. Okay, we are officially... May take your assistance? Okay. Yeah, let me know. Okay, so we're going to end here on YouTube, and we're going to switch over to just Kick for the gaming portion of the stream. So if you want to hang out, hop on over to Kick, so you can keep watching. All right, thanks for hanging out on YouTube. We'll see you guys next time. All right. We are